Hi! We are back with another edition of Book Wizards. So far, we've been reading the first book in the Notebook of Doom series, Rise of the Balloon Goons. These balloon goons seem pretty formidable, so let's see if our hero Alexander can take them on. Chapter 8, Spilled Milk. Alexander took the elevator to the cafeteria. Ding! The doors slid open. Phew! Alexander was hit in the face with a dodgeball. Gotcha, salamander, said Rip. The ball landed with a thud at Alexander's feet. Oh man, it's flat, Rip said. I was hoping to bounce it off your nose. Ridley Bronkowski, came a voice from around the corner. Uh-oh, said Rip. Miss Vanderpants thundered into view. Alexander, I see you made it to the school. Alexander nodded. She turned to Rip. Take a seat now. Rip shot Alexander a mean look. Then he sat down. Alexander breathed a sigh of relief and got in the lunch line. The lunch menu for the week. Monday, meatloaf surprise. Tuesday, squash surprise. Wednesday, chili surprise. Thursday, lima beans, no surprise. Friday, taco surprise. He grabbed some taco surprise and looked for a seat. Most of his classmates were eating together, joking around. The kid in the hoodie sat alone, writing in a notebook. The notebook, remembered Alexander. He found an empty table, unzipped his backpack, and pulled out the notebook. It was filled with drawings of monsters. Hairy birds, eight-eyed mushrooms, mutant earthworms. He read about flying rhinos while he ate. Alexander finished his lunch and closed the notebook, bumping his milk carton. It was 2% milk, but 98% of it splashed onto his pants. He began dabbing milk off his pants with his napkin. Then he paused mid-dab. There was a message on his napkin. I know about the monsters. It looked like the message had been signed, but the name had been smudged by spilled milk. Alexander felt a hard slap on his back. Hey, salamander, said Rip, pulling up a seat. Alexander jammed the notebook into his backpack. Stop calling me that, he said. What are you trying to hide? Asked Rip. His hand shot down into Alexander's backpack. That's mine, said Alexander. Rip smarted. What's this? He pulled out a baby blue party invitation. Who's the big boy? Come to a birthday party and find out. Hey everybody, Rip announced. Salamander Snot's having a birthday party tomorrow. Looks like he's turning 2. No, Alexander stood up. But then he remembered the wet spot on his pants, and he sat back down. Rip marched around the lunchroom holding up the card. Alexander felt a gentle pat on his back. Here, said a girl's voice. It was the kid in the hoodie. She wore the hoodie pulled way, way down, but Alexander could see she had friendly eyes. For your pants, she said. She handed him a paper towel. Hey, I saw your notebook earlier. The buzzer sounded from the loudspeaker. Wah! Wah! Hello, students, said a voice. This is Mr. Horsley. School has been cancelled. Yeah! Shouted Rip as he high-fived a kindergartner on the head. The speaker crackled again. The tires have gone flat on all the school buses. Miss Vanderpants has called off afternoon classes today, so you have plenty of time to walk home. Everyone looked to the teacher's table. Mr. Plunkett was clapping. Flat tires on every bus, he said. Now that's a prank. The students filed out of the cafeteria. Everyone was excited to be walking home on their own. Everyone except for the filthy, tired, frog-booted kid with wet pants. Alexander watched his classmates head off in different directions. The hoodie girl was nowhere to be seen. Could she have slipped me that note, he wondered? On his walk home, Alexander saw one balloon goon, an orange cactus. A group of older kids walked right past it. The balloon danced around, but they didn't seem to notice. Was I really attacked by balloons this morning? Thought Alexander. Maybe the monsters in that weird notebook are getting to me. Alexander couldn't wait to look more at the notebook. He hurried the rest of the way to his new home, a small yellow house on the edge of town near Gobbler's Woods. "I'm home!" called Alexander. He kicked off his mismatched shoes. His dad was unpacking dishes. "How'd it go?" he said. Okay," Alexander said. Alexander ate dinner and got ready for bed. It felt good to wash up and change into clean pajamas. He climbed onto his air mattress and, at last, brought out the notebook. What could SSMP stand for, he wondered. And these monsters, are they just some kid's doodles? Or could they mean something? He read another entry. "Okay, kiddo, lights out!" Alexander's dad peeked in the door. "Big day tomorrow. I can't wait to see who comes to your party." Me either," said Alexander. He faked a yawn and let his blanket fall onto his backpack, still full of invitations. Chapter 10. Not Happy Birthday. Alexander woke up with a sore back. His air mattress was flat. Like the dodgeball, he thought. And the tires. Alexander's dad was outside singing at the top of his lungs. Alexander looked out the window and his jaw dropped. "Happy birthday to you!" His front yard was full of balloon goons. Every size, every color, all of them grinning up at Alexander. His dad was in the middle of the group, singing like a rock star. Alexander waved his arms. "Dad, no! Get out of there!" he cried. His dad looked around, confused. "What?" "Those goons! They're gonna get you!" His dad laughed. "Oh, Al, there's nothing to be afraid of. I called Party Planet yesterday to rent something fun for your birthday. It's set up out back. And then this morning these balloons were waiting in our yard. The store must have thrown them in for free." "Those things are monsters!" Alexander shouted. Alexander's dad sighed. "Al, they're not monsters." He strolled through the yard, bopping balloon goons. He even stomped a hunk one on the nose. "See," he said. "Now come downstairs and let's party." Alexander got dressed and headed downstairs. At first glance, Alexander thought his dad had turned the backyard into a birthday wonderland. But then Alexander noticed the melting ice cream, the droopy party balloons, and a very nervous clown. Yikes, thought Alexander. Good thing I didn't actually invite anyone to this party. Even the main attraction, a bouncy castle, looked like a smushed tent. Said Alexander's dad. "That castle was fully inflated a minute ago. Maybe it's got a leak. I'll check it out. You go on and say hello to your friend." "Friend?" thought Alexander. He turned to see a square-headed kid carefully making his way through the front yard. The one person to show up at his party. Rip Bronkowski. Alexander frowned and walked towards Rip. Chapter 11. A Real Twist. "All right, Rip, get it over with," Alexander said. "Throw something at me or call me names or whatever so you can go home." "Sounds like fun," Rip said, "but that's not why I'm here. I actually came to tell you," he slurped some punch, "that I believe you about the monsters." Alexander was speechless. "Did you hear me?" said Rip. So wait, Alexander said. Are you the one who wrote on my napkin yesterday? Rip looked confused. Napkin? No, I thought you were nutso then. But as I was walking home from school, I passed by one of those balloon things. A big orange cactus. It gave me a funny look, so I started throwing rocks at it. It caught one of my rocks and threw it back at me. Look! Rip rolled up his sleeve. There was an ugly red scrape between some of his fake tattoos. Whoa, said Alexander. Yeah, said Rip. And then the thing started chasing me. I ran home. I tried to tell my parents, but they didn't believe me. I still had your stupid invitation in my pocket, and I remembered what you'd said in class, so I came here. Rip rolled his sleeve back down. Your front yard is crawling with those things. I had to sneak around them. Who can we tell about the balloon goons? Said Alexander. They looked at the two grown-ups at the party. Alexander's dad, who was fussing with the bouncy castle, and the nervous clown. Let's try the clown? Alexander said. Alexander and Rip walked over to the clown. The clown wore a fake bald cap and big, pointy shoes. A smile was painted on his face, but he didn't look happy. He was blowing up a balloon. Excuse me, said Alexander. Yeep! The clown released his balloon. He glanced at the woods, then back at the boys. Pay attention, he said. I'm about to show you a very important balloon animal. Okay, said Alexander. The clown blew up a long, skinny balloon. Now watch. He held the balloon by one end and twisted the other end around. Left, right, left, down, around, pull! He gave the balloon one last tug. Ta-da! What is it? Asked Alexander. One big knot? No, a mangled pretzel, said Rip. The clown wiped his brow. Just remember, left, right, left, down, around. Hi, boys! Alexander's dad jumped out from behind a shrub. Eep! The clown shrieked, dropping his balloon knot. The balloon popped, and the clown shrieked again. Alexander's dad laughed. This guy's a hoot! Yeah, he's crazy all right, said Alexander, peering into the woods. Chapter 12. Clowning Around. I've got terrible news, said Alexander's dad. I can't get this bouncy castle all the way aired up. He pointed to a poster on a nearby tree. But here's something even better. Pin the tail on the donkey. He held up a cardboard tail attached to a long, sharp pin. That looks dangerous, said the clown, taking a step back. Alexander's dad removed his tie. Nope, he said, here. Blindfold me, I'll show you. The nervous clown tied the blindfold. Then Alexander's dad spun around 3 times. He smiled and began marching in a straight line, away from the donkey. Dad, Alexander said. I can do this, his dad said. Watch the master. Alexander, Rip, and the clown all watched Alexander's dad walk around the backyard and around the corner of the garage. The clown tugged nervously on his suspenders. Maybe we should practice more balloon animals until your dad comes back. Rip elbowed Alexander in the ribs. Tell him, Salamander. Mr. Clown, said Alexander. You know those balloons in my front yard? Yes, he said. I know this sounds crazy, Alexander said, but Rip and I, he leaned in, we think they're alive. They're monsters. I believe you, Alexander. I'm the one who wrote on your napkin. Huh? Said Alexander. Wait, you were at the cafeteria? The clown looked straight at the boys. And even if I didn't believe you before, he whispered, turn around. slowly. Alexander and Rip turned. A white balloon goon was dragging itself along the ground. It was floppier than the others. The clown's makeup turned 2 shades paler. "Their secret is in these woods behind your house." The clown was backing away. "They'll do anything to protect it. Run for your lives!" Alexander watched as the clown jumped out of his shoes and ran faster than any clown has ever run from a balloon. That's the end of part 3. The balloon goons are getting more and more menacing. But how will Alexander and Rip take them down? We will have to find out in part 4 next time. But first, you've got all of the clues. You know all about the balloon goons, and you know the setting. So I want you to do some imaginative writing. If you were Alexander and Rip, and you were all alone with this army of balloon goons, what would you do? How would you approach the situation? Come up with an ending for the story, and next time we'll see if your approach to the balloon goon problem is the same as the one that Alexander and Rip take. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye!